Is it too heavy?
I have this.
That's it.
Saying you
Oh,
Okay, so this is the, community board
this is
one,
great, Sandy. That hotspot is amazing.
March Community Board One landmarks
It's the
meeting.
right time too.
We're gonna start off with, Pier
I
A,
wouldn't mind
guys
walking in there.
over there. And, why don't you guys introduce yourself? It looks pretty simple, keep it simple, and we'll give you our feedback.
Who will be presenting? This one. Yep.
Oh.
You wanna grab the clicker one? Clicker?
What's wrong?
Please.
Has file not found me or you?
Bruce, ladies, keep
Bruce.
yourself muted.
Or you.
I think you have to come. Oh, it does?
All right, good evening, Jason, Vicky, thank you for having us, thanks for knowing about it.
Thank you.
I usually see you guys from afar during the full board meeting over here tonight. Thank you for having us, I'm gonna turn it over now to Dave Dixon, who's from City Authority as well, and our design construction team. The team of architects here to walk you through the first item on the agenda, go ahead, Dan.
Yes, thank you very much for having us. My name is Dan Dixon. I'm the Director of Planning and Design at BBCA. During one of our more recent inspections of Pier A, it was evident that a lot of the windows and doors were at a point of deterioration that we needed to seek, some help there. So we've employed H2M architects, and I'll hand it over to them to do that.
Just out of curiosity, was it just salty air and wind
Exactly.
that was eating everything?
Yeah.
Okay, just.
My understanding is that they're wood windows,
Mhm.
and clearly in a marine environment, that's not gonna hold up very long.
So I'll introduce myself as well. My name is Kelly Greenfield. I am the Deputy Director of Public Agency Market at H2M Architects and Engineers. And
I'm Mirza Miranda, Senior Program Architect, currently working with BCA, and I'll just walk you through our presentation. It should be rather quick. Just for a
You know
context,
what? There are people on.
I was speaking up and.
You have to get up. Why don't you come? Yeah, come up and shout in these things. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We call them the owls. I call them the owls. So that, other people can hear.
sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. And shout away.
Right.
A little bit of the historic context, we all know, it's an 1870 building. It has gone through many attempts to renovations throughout the years. And currently, H2M was hired since 2019 to do visual inspections of the existing windows. At the time, we have found that about 20% of the windows were starting to show major deterioration. And it was evident that it is a progressive, it's a continued deterioration throughout the years. Many factors like we were speaking earlier, the building location is constantly prone to severe coastal weather and exposure to extreme moisture. And to make things a bit more complicated is the construction of the windows, which are wood, and the finger jointed construction is usually a type of detail that's used indoors. It's just prone to getting a lot of moisture, and it's difficult. It's very it's difficult to maintain, so you need constant maintenance throughout the years. Obviously, that's a costly element.
All right, that's the
That's the
video.
video, but it's not, so I'll go back
How
to
do I play?
the other.
Okay.
You go on to the other.
I'll go once he's finished this,
Okay,
because if I got turning.
Oh, I see.
Right.
In addition to the windows, I believe during COVID, there was a lot of intrusions into the building. And they just basically took very elementary measures to secure the doors. There was a lot of hardware that either got broken or was already broken by the time. So there is a lot of hardware components to the doors that needed replacement.
Okay.
so this image is kind of just a general schematic view for you guys to see. The elevations of the building indicate in red windows that we observed to be damaged. So the ones that are darker red are ones that were observed damaged and then were hatched again because they continued over the years. So we were brought on, probably sometime, as Edith mentioned, in 2019. And at the time, we did a visual inspection and noted that we could see at least 21 of the windows that had started to deteriorate. Obviously, COVID happened, and when we were back on site, basically to look at the doors because of the concern with security, we looked at the windows again as well. And we noticed that now that number from 21 windows went up to 36 windows. So obviously, it's continuing to deteriorate. As of our most recent survey, which was just done in January, it's now up to 63 windows. So it is kind of deteriorated rapidly. I think once the rot really starts to happen, it's just been, it's really been taken over. This is an image showing you sort of, we mapped all the different window types that they are. So you can see the images here. This was important because during design, we went to a manufacturer called Marvin. They specialize in historic profile windows, and they can make custom profiles to match existing elements. Obviously, this is a historic building and very important to the neighborhood, and the character is important to maintain. So we met with Marvin during design, and we went to the site, we did a walkthrough, we looked at the profile, and they confirmed that they could make a window that would match the existing. The good thing about these windows, they are wood windows, so we are maintaining wood, but they have an option for aluminum clad on the exterior, which although it look the same, it's a more durable material, especially for this coastal environment. So they will maintain the look, but these should have a longer life cycle than the original ones that were put in.
Is there even another shielding material that you could use or finish that would give it even further, protection from the elements like
The aluminum,
Rust-Oleum, whatever, I'm just
Yeah.
making a thing up, but.
so there is a type of finish on aluminum, it's called Kynar,
Mhm.
KYNAR.
Mhm.
And it's a certain powder coating that's done in a shop. And it's really the most durable coating. They use it in marine grade environments.
Okay, was
so-
it full of asbestos or something and we can't use it?
No,
No.
it's not, no.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what can we do to put that on our windows?
Well, see, these are aluminum clad, they are.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, this is really high quality, top of the line. The
Awesome.
Marvin line of windows is a really good. They're not cheap, but you're getting what you pay for. They're
Great.
they're
Made in
gonna-
America,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yes,
Great.
I've been to their factory in Warren Road.
We don't want them made in America?
Warren
No, they
Road.
do, it's
just, yeah, Minnesota.
I'm sorry.
Right now, it's so contentious.
Well, it's not contentious to want some window made.
You're taking it back. You're taking it back. You're taking Made in America back.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
sure they're,
Canada.
by the way, they're definitely not made in America.
Made in Canada.
Yeah, okay, anyway, sorry. And the good news is, I'm just full of joy because the second people canceled, so continue.
Oh my God. There was something back ever.
Right,
I thought there was something.
continue.
So these images are mock-ups that we did, with the window being replaced. And, obviously, we're not replacing all the windows at the very moment. So the intention is the windows that need to be replaced, that will maintain the existing trims. So there is a component that is being maintained throughout. For those windows that aren't being replaced, we are trying to help the cells not to continue deteriorating by encapsulating them with the same aluminum profile. Just a little bit more data. There's 36 windows that we originally found that they needed to be replaced. This was as of a year and a half ago. Obviously, that number has increased, and you'll see why in the video. 27 windows are exhibiting new damages, and this is all visual inspection, so there is potential for a lot of these windows not to be showing a lot of damage, but the integrity is already compromised.
But how many are you replacing? You're not replacing all of them.
We were scheduled to start with 36 windows to be replaced.
Does it make sense to replace all of them?
If the money is there, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than.
To me, for something like this, a visual inspection can take you so far. You need to
Yes.
do air filtration inspections, which is gonna be probably as costly as replacing the windows.
We are,
just saw this from, one of our, team members who's on the phone, Angela. She just wrote, she said, we are approved to replace all of them. So I'm guessing
Oh, great.
we have it in turn and in time, but yes, we have the approval to replace them all as needed.
Sort of doing them in sections, is that the
That's-
concept?
that's-
36 now and the rest as they go along.
63 of them are.
But 63, it's like standing outside and saying that looks like it has a crack in it or it doesn't. It's not like a
Now,
very,
Wait, you didn't do a professional engineer?
oh, no, we did the windows.
Air and water
We
test?
didn't test the windows, no, there wasn't any testing per se.
so probably there's more damage.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but if they're gonna replace them all.
So you're gonna replace them all, we can say this in our.
our resolution is for all of them.
For all
The whole window.
There's one thing I missed. There are so many windows there. You're replacing all of the windows in Pier A. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
That is
There are-
the, yes.
How many are there?
Replace all the windows, yes.
And that's,
And how many are there?
Yes,
Can you hear me?
hey, versus things we're doing, correct. We're approved to replace all of them. It's gonna probably be in a series of stages as the work proceeds.
Yes, could you tell me how many windows there are?
117.
117.
Right. And they were replaced about 15, 20 years ago, right?
That was my next question. How old are the Pella window, or whoever made these?
So the Pella windows are not these windows that we're talking about.
Okay.
They're actually the sliders that are on the first floor.
Those were replaced after Hurricane Sandy,
Okay.
because of the water levels,
Sure.
of course, being on the ground floor. Most of the windows up on the second floor, I believe, were not replaced.
So
Yeah.
we were only discussing the second floor windows here?
No.
We're
Some are on
discussing
ground
all the windows with the exception of the sliding windows and the swing doors, the entrance doors.
When it was renovated and put out for lease and the restaurant.
Sorry,
So
sliding.
doors were replaced after Sandy, and they're not part of the scope.
No.
But all the windows, you have now approval to be replaced
Right.
with what you're proposing here, so we read the resolution.
Yeah.
We
It's
locked
tight.
you in.
Is type A through H represent all the windows? I'm looking at the elevations. I see some very pretty elliptical shaped windows and things that don't seem to appear in the.
Those are transom.
Yeah, so these windows
Not
are
replacing the
grouped
transoms.
windows that look like, bay windows and whatnot, but they're groupings really. So in this image, for example, to the left.
Yeah.
We'll see two individual windows that look like a,
For sure.
yeah.
But
so that's-
the transom windows are not slated to be replaced in this every window, list.
The first windows that we targeted, did not count for transoms.
Yes.
Okay, so the next facing, we'll start looking into those additional.
So you might have to come back at some point.
Yes,
but,
definitely.
we're looking at A through H. Is type D, real? Are we gonna get to keep that beautiful profile? I know Marvin can do it.
Yes, Marvin can do it.
Yeah, I think you'll be happy with the Marvin windows.
We do have.
It's the one up on the screen on the left, D.
But they're.
Yeah, I couldn't think sort of the after, I couldn't
Style.
quite see it, right, so I
The
was
divided
curious.
lights.
So William, so they're all like double hung, just different
Yeah, you
sizes.
see D is a little different. It has a special
It's kind
detail that doesn't really show
Oh,
up
the
in the straw.
detail right
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So Marvin can definitely do them.
Is that just a
think about
decorative?
something.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
it
can
does.
see the back very clearly, but not so much. on the-
Originally, when windows were first being made in glazing, they weren't able to make glazing in larger panels, so they were actual pieces of glass that were not full-size window. Now they make them full-size, and we use that as for sort of a faux detail to match the original.
Lucy, can you go back one
Well,
slide?
The simulated divided light. Oh, I'm really talking about the tail.
Like an S.
Yeah, yeah, those are all.
Rails.
Yes,
Is that right?
They're doing that
Yeah.
as well.
And I just couldn't see it, so.
I wish I
That's
could
the
zoom
right
in,
idea.
but
Understood.
yes, they do make those and, to match as close as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, do you need the video up?
You want to show the
Video
video?
now, let's do the video.
It's very short.
Very, very short.
Jason, don't worry, it's very short. I'm not worried, I'm just
Our
saying.
show is in your grasp.
Oh, you got it. Pretty short.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
Yes.
that drives home the kind
Wow.
of urgency. of it.
That's it? That's.
Okay.
How much more do you need?
That's it.
Whose hand is that? And how much did you pay for him to stick the hand into the hole?
That's George Costanza's hand. Leave the hand.
Isn't it?
Okay. So, that's it?
Hardware. I have a question about hardware.
Hardware.
What, I don't see much here to tell me what it might look like. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the slides that I never got to send you guys, but, we are using, or whether it's actually matching the existing, it's in kind,
Yeah.
it's actually pretty, it's basically the same.
Brass, chrome,
Material brass.
brass plate with some sort of gooey
Yeah.
finish on it that we have to tolerate, yeah.
Yeah, no, we can definitely send you that slide. I did.
Is it any of the ones that you're showing?
I think those are cut out, right? So. Good question.
Collected.
There's a lot here.
The top left, is the historic one on the second floor.
Yes, and, that's one of the replacement parts because it's like, it's the one door out of the entire building that has that type of hardware. So we do have Bella involved on that specific hardware. Everything else, all the vertical rods and exit devices are all matching. So there's no deviation on that.
And in terms of the doors, this is also Marvin making doors or?
So the doors are nothing.
No, they are original. These Stella.
This is just an assessment sort of, it's not really.
Yeah, we're not really doing anything to.
Okay. I was like, you got crash bars and all sorts of good stuff, so. Cool deal.
So hardware goes on the windows? You're not touching the door?
Except locks and
Yeah, it's just locks. A lot of these things were bent and they, yeah.
lifty bits, you know.
But it's not major.
Yeah.
It's not doors, just windows in the second floor.
We got a good crew. Okay, anybody else on the committee want to say anything?
No,
I mean, we kind of been talking already. so-
no, I just wanna make it, yeah, I just wanna be clear, it's just windows, not doors? And we're
Correct, it's just windows, the doors are the hardware.
just the hardware.
Yeah.
Right, because I think the doors were all on the ground floor, the windows were mostly on the second floor, right?
Second
We got
floor.
that right, so we got the rest of 117 windows, right, and hardware on 39, is it 39 doors?
39 doors to
Okay.
this.
So you're not doing the doors because it's too expensive?
They were just replaced, Sandy.
Yeah, 2017 or so.
When?
That's Sandy.
Sandy. I, yeah, I can't remember. But yes, it was, they were replaced.
So they're fairly new in comparison to the windows?
Correct.
Yes, the hardware was damaged during,
Okay, I got it.
We're breaking in?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
actually
just
hired a
hired.
full-time security manager to stay here at.
Okay, well, that's good. Let's go, right?
He's a Democrat.
Yes, I am. Whatever that means. It's on a piece of paper that was signed a long time ago.
and coconut cream, what a great color.
Yes, it's really nice. Everything's really nice about it. We're excited about the project. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna write a favorable resolution.
Yeah, that's definitely-
Thank you. Can we, I don't, oh wait, did everybody speak at the table? Did anybody want to say anything online?
No, it's fine.
Okay, thank you, Bruce. All right, call the question.
Second.
Okay,
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Any recusal? Motion carries.
thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Awesome.
Thank you for.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bruce is by his home. I see.
Hey, Bruce, can you hear me?
Sorry?
Dinner.
Bruce, you there?
Yes, yes.
March 16th is the Paul Rudolph Show. It ends Sunday, so you gotta hustle.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Just do it. It's great.
thank you very much. I hope I can go. Wow.
Tammy would agree. It brought much joy. And then you have.
I'm just going on mute for a minute.
With windows and. So let's get, guys, please. Item 2 then is your priority 02
Okay.
on the sheet.
You're okay.
It's very simple. The instructions are right there. You either decide 3 things, write a letter, call back to the agency, or leave it blank.
Well, we always contact the agency. I don't leave
We
it.
need those, people will. So very simple. Let me know what I should indicate. That's the instructions. You have it, Vicky, and these are your 2 items.
Thoroughly confused. What's going on?
Yeah. Bruce, why don't you explain this for the layman here, okay?
These are budget priorities. So the only two that Landmark presented last year.
All right, 3-0 and 3-8, tracking priority, I see that.
Yeah, what were these priorities? Let's read them aloud.
Increase the budget for enforcement to hire inspectors and analysis.
Okay,
and
I'm sorry to interrupt. Mr.
illicit
Keep on the screen. Do you need me to,
think I know that.
place it on the screen, or you can go into the folder and look at it? Let me know.
Oh, it's Gerald.
I know Sue's out there.
We lost Gerald. He won't even say hi to me when he passed me on the bench.
Go ahead, Vicky.
So we only had two issues, explanation, increase the budget for enforcement to hire inspectors and analysts for landmark law violations. And our second issue was enforce against illicit advertising uses on landmark facades. I think that was our retaliation against the signs on the stock exchange, yeah.
And then you have
Okay.
the agencies.
Illicit,
Oh, the agency said,
Does not support.
agency does not support but can address the need alternatively, remove request, huh?
And then they say.
The other one, agency does not support but can address the need alternatively, remove. As LPC has an efficient enforcement system. Well, if it did, we would not be complaining.
Have three options according to that.
Yeah.
These are your three options. You write a letter, or the office writes a letter,
Okay,
okay? Or, you like to communicate directly with, the office will communicate directly on your behalf that that response was not sufficient,
mhm.
and that will be a CB, or you just leave it blank and call it a day.
Okay.
Which initials
what's
would you like?
illicit advertising? Is this Keith Haring? I'm confused.
Yeah, no, so, Vera, like, for example, Vera
Then
is
it
the
says,
one.
Yeah, we have
on
to
the New
work
York
on
Stock
this.
Exchange, we saw these QR codes, lit up. Right, Susan?
There's,
Lit up.
there's complete computer screens out there.
Yes,
Is that not what you're
exactly.
talking about?
Yeah.
Like edited to the side of the building.
It seems to be
You just
that.
went
Yeah.
out and tchotchked the entire perimeter, right?
Yeah.
With
I
nonsense.
believe it.
Okay, so we don't want them doing that, and now they're saying they have their own enforcement. So can we write a letter?
Yeah.
You have three options again. Or the office
Call back.
come to a meeting, or you just leave it blank, one of the three.
Yeah,
Which
so
one would you
we
like?
just go
But we're
back.
gonna do a letter
On which item?
on the item about about both. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So,
very much.
I'm sorry, there's so much, it's just a little hard. LPC does not support, our asking for better enforcement of, signs on landmark buildings. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, correct. It says
Oh.
here that they feel that they're doing a fine job.
I see,
They say they have an efficient enforcement system in place.
right. And what was the second item that we're talking about? You said there were
They're both
two.
increase the budget for enforcement
Oh, right, right,
inspectors,
right,
and the
right,
other
right.
one is,
Specific to bad signage.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're gonna write the two letters. Now, are we supposed to add things for this year or something, Lucy, or that's it?
Choose to.
Okay, I'd like to add, I forgot, but it was good, it was good, it was
Send me an
so,
email.
it was so good.
If you come tomorrow, you'll email it to me.
We want some of the lost, unregistered individual landmarks to be recognized in our district. For example, if you could believe it, as far as I can tell, and I'll just give this as one example, the federal building that has the post office in the bottom of it on Church Street is not
Yes.
an individual.
Yeah. We have a bunch of ones.
Which is absurd,
Uh,
and the lobby.
are
is
you
so
sure?
intact. Are
you sure?
Go to DOB's website, it's not checked as an individual landmark.
Alice was the one that was.
Alice told us.
Alice inspired other people to look into things like that.
Wow.
I'll leave it at that.
Because it was, you know, it was restored and corrected after 9/11. So,
Yeah, it's a beauty, it's a beauty.
It really
It's a
is.
beauty, Clark.
And if we don't save it, it will be torn down and a condo coming up right across the street. from the
IKEA,
store.
IKEA
Oh,
time.
God, I can't.
It'll be an IKEA. second one in Manhattan.
Either that or Walmart.
Okay, so that's everyone should go back and they can think of really good examples of new things that we want in our district like that, and
Well,
let's
we
see what
didn't,
comes
we
up.
had a list before, didn't we have? a
No,
list?
no.
Yes, we do. We had a comprehensive list.
The buildings, this is the list of grievances we have with the system, which is we need more of these things to be found and landmarked
Are
by
they gonna
landmark.
tell us that, so you're asking the landmarks to actually review and propose?
Well, no, I mean, look, I don't know, okay, so maybe
We
now.
give them a list.
Maybe they need to make it easier for us. Well, they can't be on the, I mean, it's almost the silliest thing in the world to ignore a group of people saying that this building undeniably should be, just make sure that it's registered as a landmark with your system. Like, we don't need a whole
Yeah.
parade about it or a big thing, but just get it on the list, no?
So you want to
If,
shorten,
if that,
shorten the process?
if it's only that building, that's one thing, but we spent 2 years identifying buildings that we thought should be landmarked in the area that
And they
weren't.
ignored us.
Well, those are some of the harder ones to do. I'm saying, like, if there's
Okay.
any low-lying fruit, like, let's grab that now while we're all still alive, living on this planet,
I
and,
don't think
you
they
know.
can change the process of.
Yeah, that might be it. Like, if it's a layup, like, why do you need Bruce and Jason and all these people to sit down and write a 3-page report when it's like, dude, is LeBron James gonna go in the Hall of Fame? You know, we don't need to have a whole debate about it, like, whatever. So, okay,
I agree.
all shall think about these things on their own and find other ones to list. And I'll ask if anybody else have anything to say.
Yes, very quickly before you go, just wait.
Yes.
Bruce, remember a long time ago, or it seemed like a long time ago, we actually sat down with the commissioner, LPC commissioner?
Yes,
How did that happen? And remember, how did that happen?
Which committee?
Commissioner.
it was our friend,
She was a woman, right?
yeah, it's what's
Yes,
her name?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was her-
Sarah.
I lost connectivity. I'm back, I think. What were you saying?
One time we sat down with the commissioner herself, remember, Bruce?
We used to do that every year. We used to do that every year.
What, shouldn't we revisit?
Why can't
Whoever
we
the
do it
commissioner
now?
was.
Would you like me to?
But I have to tell you, I have to tell you the motivating,
I will write
We have
that down.
so many landmark districts. We have
Okay.
more than anybody probably, districts and.
And did you get my email from a couple of days ago where I said I spent
I did.
hours listening to them? And we're lucky
Is it the
if you ever
chairperson?
the chairperson, it's not a
Chairman,
commissioner.
chairperson or commissioner, which?
No, it's chairperson.
Was it the
Sarah
chairman,
Carroll.
the commissioner?
We want to meet Sarah Carroll.
Which, whatever it is, so head of LPC.
Bruce, so what is Bruce saying?
if you're talking about meeting with the LPC commissioner, first of all, prior to even 3, community board chairs motivated it. And second of all, it was at a time when we were very present, like someone from our committee would go to almost every hearing. So there was a much more integrated sense
Yeah.
at that time.
Mhm. I
That's all.
think that
But we
makes
could still
a lot of
try it.
sense. Ciao. I think it makes a lot of sense to have a representative from CB1 who prior to each presentation reads our resolution or at least recommends.
Definitely. That's what we used to do. Yeah.
Because, if you don't, 2 things happen. They either don't read it and it's hard
That's
to
right.
avoid us, when we're
That's right.
there and you're saying, we don't want that, the,
And then there's always 2 other people who are
Yeah,
consistently.
That's right.
testifying.
Historic District Council and one other. If you
Yeah,
don't
we-
mind, can I jump because I'm double parked? I've been in the car for 3 hours. Is it okay if I leave now?
Yes, Bruce, thank you
Okay.
for joining
See you
us.
later. Bye.
So maybe.
Landmarks,
Yeah.
just one sec. So landmarks is made up of 7 commissioners, right? And then there's a chair. She's not a commissioner, but she sets the whole game up. Because when you listen to the presentations, she's told by the politicians what to say, and by her presentation, you can tell that she directs them how to
She does.
vote,
She does.
right? I was so livid. I wrote an email.
You still want this on the record because we're
Yeah.
recording still.
No, the meeting is adjourned. Thanks for everyone. Second?
Second.
Now, go and talk about